Hi, I'm Jen Smith. Welcome to Launch Your Rocket. This is Weekly Wisdom, where real wisdom meets real life. It's a weekly drop of truth for new believers. It's simple, practical, it's easy to apply. It's a faith nugget every Saturday and Sunday that meets you where you're at, helps you build a foundation, find some clarity, and maybe even draw you closer to a relationship with God. So let's dive in. In today's episode, we're going to talk about you reap what you sow. It's the truth that you really didn't see coming. The Bible says a man will always reap just the kind of crop he sows. That's Galatians 6:7, and we hear that all the time, right? In self-help books, in success seminars, and motivational talks. It's your thoughts create your reality. What you think about, you bring about. What we focus on expands, and we all love this. Your habits determine your future. It's powerful, right? But here's the truth that they don't tell you. This truth is not theirs. It's straight from the book of truth. It's straight from the Bible. God created the manifestation, and it doesn't just apply to success. It speaks directly to everything. Drama, negativity, conflict. We attract everything. So what are you taking in? What are you absorbing? What voices are shaping you every single day? Let's think about that intentionally. What's quietly empowering or infecting your mind while you think you're observing? Because whether we realize it or not, we're reaping exactly what we're kind of surrounded in and taking in, subconscious or conscious. Here's a good saying. Sinners love to sin, they boast, and they love trouble. That's in Proverbs. And most people hear that and they think, oh gosh, this isn't for me. I'm not a troublemaker. But I want to dig a little bit deeper. Are you in a setting that's feeding on fights? Are you soaking in negativity? Maybe it's the news. Are you surrounded by drama with the people you hang around with or at work? Because you might not even realize what's happening. But what you take in becomes your output. What you focus on is what's going to expand. And what you allow into your life will shape your thoughts, your emotions, and your reactions. And it may be coming in and you don't even know. You know, there's three types of people. Which one are you? There's the hothead. You're probably not one of these, right? They wreak chaos. Some people, they just love conflict. They're always arguing, right? They snap back at every little thing. They fight online and they wonder why they feel drained all the time. They plant drama and division. They reap stress and chaos. Probably not you, but maybe you know people like that. How about the gossiper? They sow negativity without even realizing it. They're the ones who wouldn't call themselves toxic, but they just love a little tea, a little messy reality TV. They vent constantly, but they're really just gossiping. And they say, I don't want to judge, but. And then they go and they judge, right? They plant negativity and judgment. They reap broken relationships and dissatisfaction their entire life. Then there's the absorber, the one who thinks they're neutral, but they still reap the same harvest as both of those. They're sneaky. They don't argue, they don't gossip, but they absorb everything. They scroll on media, they take in negativity, they sit in conversations where gossip runs wild. They don't engage, but they don't shut it down either. And guess what? Those people still feel stuck. They also feel drained, and they feel that their life is chaotic. They might not feel as bad, but they're not thriving. And that's because you can't fill your mind with the world all day and expect to live in peace. So the shift is to break the cycle. If you want a life of clarity, peace, favor, and abundance, you have to start planting different seeds. And the shift starts right here, right now. Start paying attention to what you absorb, people you're around. You know, before you scroll and before you watch and listen and ask yourself, is this shaping me into the person I want to be? The person who's going to be attracting, not repelling. Swap some worldly noise for some godly wisdom. And instead of starting your day with a scroll, start with a small dose of truth. Read one proverb, one prayer. Take one moment of gratitude. It doesn't have to be big. Listen to one of my short podcasts. Just say a simple prayer. Hey, God, I'm here. I'm listening. That's all I can do. I don't know. Show me. That's it. Make one small move. Mute one negative voice in your life, whether it's social media or a toxic friend or maybe the news. I don't know. How about swapping one scroll session for reading something that feeds your soul? Or try 24 hours with no gossip just to see how it feels. All right. Your next step, your life is a result of what you sow. So what have you been planting? And it's usually not conscious. It's subconscious by the people you're around. So audit your intake. Before you consume, ask, is it shaping me into the person I want to be? Plant one new seed, choose a way to shift. less scrolling, more wisdom, less passivity, more intention. Stay consistent. Small shift leads to massive change. That's it. That's it for your nugget for today, for your weekly wisdom. If you want a little nugget every weekend, I'm here on Weekly Wisdom every Saturday and Sunday. You can also find me on Instagram at Launch Your Rocket and TikTok and launchyourrocket.com, where you can join my community. Thank you so much for joining me.